I've got a little weakness for tower defense games. They're fast, they're fun, and if you incorporate roguelite elements, they're incredibly replayable. And such is the case with a new game called Repel the Rifts. Now this game just launched into early access as of today, where you'll be playing as a commander on an alien world trying to ward off hordes of demons that are going to eat your giblets. I've had a chance to play with this game before release because Goblin's Publishing is sponsoring today's video and got me that early access, which is always very much appreciated. And I gotta say, I've been having fun with this so far. So if as you watch this video you want to learn more about Repel the Rifts, there will be a link in the description down below, and during the launch of early access, the game will also be 20% off. So be sure to check that out. Without any further ado, why don't I go ahead and start up a new game and I will show you exactly how this works. Now you'll see here we have several different characters we will be able to choose from. Right now I have 2 characters unlocked, and all characters have their own different starting towers, different skills, and special passive abilities they'll be able to use. For this run, let's play as the mechanic. This is a character that's very easy to understand. And welcome to our world. Now our commander is located right here, and the demons will be following along this path trying to reach him. If they do, he will take some damage. If he dies, we lose the game, so we need to avoid that at all costs. Now one thing that's kind of cool about Repel the Rifts is this is one of those games where you'll be building out the map as you go. So if you do a survey here, we can change out what kind of path we want the demons to take, based on if we want them to kind of loop back, so we can have them in line of the same turret for a long time, or whatever it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and play with something like this. I think it is fine. Now, at this stage, we want to actually build out some proper turrets. For that, we have a resource shown in the top left over here. This is our ore. Ore is used to build up towers or get upgrades. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to try placing down a Vanguard tower here. This is a single target tower, very good for the early game. But you need to be careful about your positioning, not only because every one of these towers has a different range for it, but also different elevations are going to have different effects. So down low, we would get ourselves some extra crit chance. A little bit higher up, we get some rate of fire, and a little higher up beyond that, we get extra damage. Now, because this turret has pretty decent base damage, I think the extra damage makes a bit of sense. It's percentage-based, so we'll get more value this way. Let's go ahead and place that down right there. And I don't have enough ore for anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and start the night, which is when the wave is going to fire off. There's our first of the different rifts, and all the demons are coming through. We're killing them immediately. Now, I will be increasing the game speed, but one last thing I want to draw your attention to are going to be the skills down over here. Every day, your character is going to be building up an energy bar. You can spend that to activate different skills, which do different things. In this case, for example, we could boost up the damage of towers by 35% for 7 seconds, or we could go for some permanent upgrades like increasing our base damage and or our fire rate, which, you know, that's permanent. So sure, let's go ahead and do that right here. And for the rest of this game, this tower will be firing 10% faster. Good? Okay. Let's go ahead and jump forward a little bit. We'll finish this wave off. 1 to go. There we go. Easy enough. At the beginning of every day, we're going to gain some new ore, which we can spend for even more towers. And then some days, different things are going to happen. More surveys, more towers, etc. Let's see if we want to get some additional towers here. How about a cryo tower? This is going to slow down enemies. I'll place it over here because I want it to fire quickly and stack up extra movement speed decreases, so we have more time to just go ahead and shoot them. That's all I can afford right now, though, so let's go ahead and move back over to Nightfall, get attacked by these little guys over here, which I know they're called, like, Watchers and they're demons and all. They look like demonic, reproductive material, let's call it. That's the best I can say. Anyway, these guys are going to die pretty easy. Not worried about them at all. Moving on to the next day, we have another survey coming up, so let's do that over here again. How do we want to do this? Circle around a lot like this, or something kind of like this. This is probably for the best. I'll go ahead and pick that one up. And next I want to have a Sentinel Tower. This is going to be an area of effect tower. It splashes and hits lots of targets. So what we want to do with this one, we could boost up its rate of fire, or we could just go for lots of raw damage. I'm going to leave a couple of these open because I might get some towers later that really benefit from this kind of geography. So let's just go for a simple rate of fire, like, tower right there. That should be fine. And I've got enough that we can go for another tower. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up... let's go for the crit chance right here. I guess that's fine. And move on to the next night. So we're going to have a bunch of little fiendkin firing off now. And they spawn in large groups, which is why I wanted to have the AoE tower. These guys are going to fire very, very quickly. Let's go ahead and boost up the attack speed of another one of these towers here. Again, I want the cryos to go fast. I can stack up to 2 times that movement speed debuff, and the more I stack that, the faster, the better. So it just makes a lot of sense. All right, another daybreak. What do we have here? A new tower being unlocked. What do we want? The refinery early is very tempting. We can get extra ore at the end of every day. Very good for our economy. We can start placing down all sorts of wonderful towers. Or we could go for the Tremor, which has a very short range, very low rate of fire, does as much damage as a Vanguard. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. Or a Lancer, which fires piercing projectiles in a straight line. This is really good. But I'm going to go for the Refinery because the early economy this early on is really hard to say no to. I'll place down a couple of those. We're not going to be any stronger this wave, but the extra money should mean that I can start buying more things. It's just going to take a little time for a return on investment. At least I hope that it's going to work. All right, so what are we facing off against now? Hounds. Okay, so these are big, scary hellhounds that are going to be trying to kill my commander here. They have a lot of health, but I think we're going to be okay. We can boost up some more speed on, let's say, this thing right here. Try to fire a little faster. Getting uncomfortably close. He might actually take a little bit of damage here. It's really tight. Okay, he took 1 hit, lost 4 HP. That's honestly not that big of a deal. We'll be fine. You may have noticed, by the way, that these different towers are gaining some experience. They can level up. It will cost you a lot of materials to do the level up, so it's kind of up to you whether you think that's going to be worth it. Now, one thing to notice here is the path is going to split. So tomorrow, 2 portals are going to be opening up, and we're going to have even more of these demons to worry about. We've also got something special here called an anomaly. So these are going to give you some sort of an extra bonus for whatever type of turret is located on there. I think I like this one just a little bit better for that rate of fire, so we'll pick that one up. I'm going to go for probably another cryo tower to go really fast there, and I really can't afford to go for more econ. I've got to get another Vanguard tower, I think. So let's pick this one up over here. And that's kind of the best I can do. But one last thing I want to check is going to be the store, because starting today, we now can actually buy some upgrades. So right over here, we could buy, well, I would have loved to have gotten the extraction drones, but we're desperate for some extra power right now. Let's go for 5% more damage on everything. I'm going to lock this for tomorrow, though, because this shop does reset every day, but I want to hold on to this. That's going to end up being good. And if we survive, we're going to be fine. So let's see what happens now that we're in Nightfall. Big, scary enemies are spawning with some big, scary shields. It's a little bit annoying, ain't it? Let's go ahead and boost up the attack speed of the cryo a little bit further. I'm just trying to slow these things down. I'm going to go ahead and use Power Surge right along here to boost up the damage of all these towers by 35%, just to guarantee we should be able to pump out enough DPS to finish these suckers off. It's only going to last for a few seconds, but that's all I need is a few seconds just to make it a little bit easier, and we are good to go. All right, never punished, totally fine. So that's what's going to happen every 5 days. We're going to have some sort of a boss wave. It's going to be extra challenging, but once completed, we're going to get an artifact to drop. We have one of 3 different relics we can choose from. If we take a lethal amount of damage, we could have an extra shield on our commander. If we are healed, the damage taken from all sources is increased. All towers gain 4% damage at the end of every night. I feel like if you pick this up really early, that's got to be good. So that's what we're going to do. What are we facing off against tonight? Fragments. They're going to have shields and stuff. I feel like we really need to get some more AoE. So I'm going to place down some more stuff along there. And I could go for more upgrades. Let's get that econ. Sentinel increased damage by 5. That's extra splash damage. Makes a lot of sense. I'm going to increase the Vanguard damage. That rolls the shop. Let's see. Cryo rate of fire. Sentinel splash. I'm going to lock this and this because both of those are at least reasonably good, but we want to get another tower. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Let's go for another Vanguard, and we're going to place it... Where am I going to place it? We're going to just place you right over here. Just more single target damage is going to be fine. And run into the next Nightfall and kill these guys off. So these guys have some overshields, which is going to get a little bit annoying, but as long as we're slowing them down and they get into a bit of a kill zone, I think we're going to be okay. I don't know. They got a long way to walk to get to my commander. That is deliberate, so they're going to be struggling. I keep thinking we're going to get some sort of a tower here that might have a benefit from hitting lots of these different pathways, so I kind of want to save this and this right here. Maybe this one as well. Like, these 3 tiles could become very good real estate later on. At least such is the thought. Whether it works out that way, I don't know. That's 4% more damage on everybody. Hooray! All right, another survey for us. Let's pick this one. So we could go for a couple of different upgrades here. Refund and instantly level up a tower, or a couple of critical chance bonuses. They're both reasonably good choices here. I'm going to take the crit chance here. I think that's probably okay. Now, once in a while, you're going to find something here, a special object. In this case, it's a boulder. We can excavate. So I'm going to spend some resources to do an excavation. 65% chance we get another artifact. And we did. All right, the first time you level up a tower, it gains Seal of Approval, fire rate for the rest of the night. All right. It's only 1 night, not a big deal. Rate of fire upgrades are cheaper, sure. Whenever a slow debuff is applied, also deal damage based on the slowed percentage. Ooh. So if we're slowing enemies down by 24%, this would do a lot. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Ball and chain. I think that's fine. Let's go back to the shop. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, pick this up, pick this up. That's all good. Towers with more damage. I'm going to save this. Let's get ourselves one more tower if we can. I'm going to go for What are we fighting against this time? Gloomlings? They're pretty fast. I'm going to go for another econ tower, though. Little risky, little greedy, but I am a greedy little boy. I want to make sure we have as much ore coming through as possible. So these guys are very, very speedy, and that's one thing we got to be afraid of for sure. Let's go ahead and boost up the damage of one of these AoE guys. Just trying to make this a little bit easier. These guys might actually get to my commander. In fact, they definitely are going to. Hold on. Let's go ahead and boost up the damage so we can kill them a little faster. We've taken a tiny bit of damage on the commander, but it was only like 6 more HP. We're doing just fine and dandy, I think. Okay. Looking good. We have a boss coming up in about 3 nights. What do we want to get next to the shop? Let's see. More damage, always good. Cryo rate of fire, yeah, still good. I'll lock that for a second. Let's think about what else we want to do. More crit chance and stuff could be good. I'll place that on a sentinel with a lot of extra damage over here. Let's get ourselves another cryo tower with a rate of fire bonus so that it fires very, very quickly. And is that all we want to do for the moment? I think it might be, so I'll go to the store and just go ahead and buy you and buy you. And then we're just going to move on to the next night. What are we facing off against now? Scourge! These guys have energy shields. That's going to be kind of annoying to deal with. Okay. Let's augment some damage on, again, another one of these AoE target towers. You can't do both level ups, by the way. The rate of fire and the base damage. I'm just kind of spreading the love around a little bit. But we don't have to do it that way. This is a lot of enemies, isn't it? Yeah, it is a lot of enemies, and I'm watching them get closer and closer and closer because those shields are proving to be a rather sizable problem. It's making me uncomfortable. All right, the commander's going to get hit a little bit. You can see he is whacking at the enemies himself, though, so he's not totally just passive. He's not going to take it lying down. But that was an unnecessary amount of damage on my part. I knew that was a bit of a risk, but it's what we went with. All right, what else we got over here? We're going to get another survey. I'm going to pick this one up over here and kind of spread things out a little bit. This seems all right, sure. I don't really care about that anomaly bonus. That's not special. But a straightaway shot like this, you never know. We might be able to find a way to take advantage of that. All right, what else do we need? We need to get probably some more AoE damage. Sure, I'm going to get some more cryo over here. I'm going to save this for later. Let's get ourselves another Vanguard Tower. I guess I'll pick this one up. And anything at the shop that would make a difference? Yes, we'll get 10 more ore at the beginning of every night. And I'm going to hold on to the Vanguard rate of fire upgrade. Okay. So we're facing off against Hell Skulls. Now, these guys also have shields, but they all tend to cluster up, which means lots of AoE damage. Should be pretty effective over here, I think. I'm going to boost up some more of these towers. More damage is always good. Look at them all clustering up here and getting nuked. I love it. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. So this wave does not really scare me at all. We're completely fine here, but the boss wave is coming up again next night, next cycle. So, what are we facing off against here? Hunters with teleport? Oh no, they can teleport ahead on their path. You're supposed to have lots of little twists and turns with something like that. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. All right. Let's take a look at the shot real quick. A little bit more ore, a little more fire, a little more damage. All good. Rate of fire, blah, blah, blah. Sentinel, increased crit chance. This is all fine. I like it, but hang on. What do we want? I think we need more turrets over here. Sure, and maybe another explosive turret like this, because I think if they get up to the commander, I want to be able to shoot them dead very, very quickly. So let's do that, and then we'll increase the fire rate of the Vanguards a little bit faster, just so that we have more single target damage. Here's hoping we survive this. It is entirely possible that you are going to die very, very quickly in some of these. Oh, good news is they don't teleport very far forward. Okay, maybe I was a little bit worried about nothing, but I think we're going to be fine. Could boost up a bit of damage along, let's say, here. Might as well. We have lots of turrets all stacked up, able to do tons of damage. Just a few seconds of goodness. Okay, they are getting a little danger close, but their teleporting is not really saving them, so we ended up being just fine. Good. Another artifact for me. What are we going to get? That's the question. We are going to get something. Come on. Here we go. Oh, nope. Survey first. All right, fine. Orders. We got to get priorities here. Let's pick up, let's see, another rate of fire bonus, or do we want an instant level up? I mean, the level up is worth like 300 ore or something like that most of the time. It's pretty good. I'll pick it up. It could be good. All right, for our artifact, we have an auto-tuner at the end of every day. Ooh, if you have held on to 150 ore, you automatically level up a random tower. That is a great discount. Huge discount. Let's see. For every 40 tower attacks, we gain energy. Whenever a demon is afflicted with an armor reduction, it's shattered. This is the only one that makes sense. So from here on out, I want to make sure we always have 150 ore at the end of every day. That is very, very important for us. Tomorrow, we get a new tower, so I'm going to hold on to some of these anomalies because we might be able to get something really, really good, and I'm going to wish that we had that. So what else do I want here? Let's go back to the shop. More ore, always good. A bit more of this, Reset the shop. More sentinel base damage, so we have more splash damage. Lots of splash radius is good. We can afford to spend about 120 or so, 140. Let's go for another cryo turret, and I'm going to set you up right along there. And we have to save at least 150, so we will be fine. Let's move on. You kind of get an idea how this game has like lots of different synergies with lots of different relics. It can change up your gameplay a pretty dramatic amount, and that is, I think, one of the really fun things about this game. Let's augment speed on this cryo turret. I just wanted to fire off and start stacking debuffs a little bit faster. Which again, with ball and chain, should actually be really good, because as we slow them down, like every shot should be an extra 12 damage, up to a maximum of another 24. Like that's solid. These cryo turrets are going to be very, very good. All right, set there. Cool. Moving on to the next day. Tower. What are you going to give me? What are you going to give me? I want to know. It's going to be amazing. Got to be amazing. We have the Surge, a long-range tower that does some damage with damage over time and a stun. Okay. The Lancer is kind of what I was expecting. And then the Trimmer. I'm going to pick up the Lancer. I've set myself up too well for the Lancer to make a lot of sense. So let's pick one up right here. So if enemies come around here, that's 3 tiles where you just get shot in one big piercing attack. Could do that again here. It's not exactly a straightaway, but like, I mean, there's a good chance that enemies will be on one of these 3 tiles. Or we could set up along here, and this would be very good in this direction as well. I think that makes sense. Yeah, we'll pick one up there, and I don't mind picking up another over here, but we want to save some of our ore. So what else can I buy at the shop? Lancer rate of fire upgrade? Yes, that seems like a no-brainer. That's exactly how much I want to leave behind. Moving on to the next night. And you can see also that this game does move along like reasonably quickly. Like it's not dragging its feet. This is not wasting my time. Like every day is not going to spend me like 10 minutes of strategizing. We just kind of pick a few things and then go. And that's one of the reasons I kind of like this game, is it's got that replayability and the randomness that I look for in any kind of a roguelike, but also it's fast-paced enough that I don't feel like I'm super committed. I can enjoy like a good 15, 20-minute game and then walk away. And at this stage of my life, that's actually a really huge benefit to me. Phenomenal. This just makes a Lancer location even better. So I have to go with this survey. It makes a load of sense. Let's pick it up. Move you right here. So automatic upgrade. Boom. Level 2. And then what else do we want to do? We can go for probably some additional explosives. Sure, we'll do that. Go back to the store for a second. What else can we get? Lancer does 30 bonus damage against armored targets. All right, I'm not going to be able to get my free upgrade now because of the way I did this, but that's a really good upgrade. If we have an armored target, these Lancers are going to shred them. That's the sort of thing that we like to see. What else can I get? Anything? I'm just going to hold on to my money, I think. Hold on to my money. We should be okay fighting off against a bunch of Vipers right now. These guys are moving real fast, though. Woo, boy, I'm not a fan of that one. Not a fan of that at all. Let's augment the speed and firing rate of this Lancer so we can get more value out of it. Okay, they are going to come around here, but this Lancer is lined up and ready and hopefully can take most of them down. Yep, that worked out perfectly. Okay, we're in really good shape right now. Boss is coming up in a couple of nights, though, so we can't get too complacent. Do not get complacent. All right, what do we have next? Well, let's go back to the shop and take a look. More crit chance. Leveling towers takes less ore, but the thing is, I'm going to be getting a bunch of level ups anyway, so I actually don't know that I need this, even though it normally would be very good. Increase the Lancer's range? Interesting. I'll take it. I don't know that I need it, but I will take it. You never know. It could be great. Let's go ahead and pick up some more stuff along there. I'm going to go for... We can go for probably another one of these Sentinels. I'll do another one up over here. Just lots of AoE damage coming in. And let's be a little greedy and pick up some additional econ. I shouldn't have done that. I meant to save 150. Gosh dang it, I already forgot. Ugh, okay. That was my bad. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, by the way, we have another split off over here. I just noticed that with this survey that happened over here. That means we actually have 3 portals on the map now. Okay, lots of big scary enemies. Lots of big scary enemies over here. The Lancers are doing their work, though. As they walk down this corridor, we are taking a lot of shots. The problem is we're facing off against Hexers, which whenever they get hit, there's a chance they disable the tower that killed it, which means that some of my towers are doing a lot of damage and then getting shut down, which means the others can sneak on by. It's gonna be fine, but that's like one of the worst kinds of enemies that I could end up facing. Anyway, you get the idea. The good news is all of these are just ramping up in damage so much. I mean, this level 1 Vanguard has 67 damage right now. Like, that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I'm going to set something up over here in case we can set up another one. I was hoping we'd be able to set up another Lancer, but the way this is set up, that's not going to work. Ah, boo! This could have been a phenomenal spot for a Lancer. What's wrong with y'all? All right, whatever. Well, in that case, I mean, I don't really care about this anomaly bonus. I'm just going to pick this up. It's fine. What else can we do then? Let's go for probably another rate of fire along here. Let's go for another Vanguard turret there. Let's go for some stuff at the shop. Lancer rate of fire 16, very good. Permanently increase the refinery bonus ore though. Ooh, yes, every 2 days we just get more ore. Do that. Lock this. Don't care about that. We can spend a little bit more money then. One last shot. What do we want? I will take another Vanguard just in case we can get some good single target damage, I suppose. Sure, that seems okay. All right, moving on. We get a level up way back here. Well, I think it leveled up my my ore processor. I mean, this is fine. I'm not going to be upset to have some free extra money. We're going to be scaling, man. That's the entire point of the build that I've got going on here. We are a scaler at heart. I'm going to boost up the damage of this Lancer as well, since it's in a really good spot to just hit tons and tons of targets. Kind of wish we could have had a Lancer over here, too. This could have been a corridor of death. Just railguns on both sides. You walk around this corner, you're like, ah, crumbs, I've made a horrible mistake. And then I laugh, and I laugh, and I laugh. But no. Anyway, all right, everyone boosts up. We got through that. Oh, that was a boss wave. I didn't even pay attention. New artifacts. What do we want? Turret gains momentum on every attack. You gain 2% more rate of fire for 3 seconds. Stack up to 25 times. Oh my gosh, that could be really good. But I would say that if it only lasts 3 seconds, most things will only ever be able to take advantage of 2 stacks. So it really might end up being more like a 6% damage bonus. Or sorry, rate of fire bonus? I don't know. Whenever you use the commander's skill, all towers gain combat sync for 5 seconds. That could be good. Or damage over time also applies neurotoxin. Ooh. This could be very good. I'm going to take it. It does not do anything for me yet. I do not have any damage over time towers. But we're going to get one before the next boss. And if I have even more movement speed decrease, that also pairs up with ball and chain. So it makes a lot of sense, I think, for me to do that. Let's get another cryo tower along over here. Probably another explosive tower along over here. Go back to the shop, get something expensive like you. When cryo attacks a demon inflicted with frostbite, its rate of fire is increased. Okay. Sure. Sentinel damage increase is also fine. More Lancer damage, blah, blah, blah. Leveling towers cost less. I can pick this up and still have enough for my free upgrade. We got this turret upgraded over here now, so that's nice. All right. We got a lot of really fast movers over here, but again, they're all clustering up at a time when I do lots of AoE damage. So am I feeling very scared of them? No, not really. No, not really. I think we're going to end up being fine. Any more energy upgrades we really want, though? Sure. Let's get another upgrade onto this AoE tower. More Sentinel damage. Looking solid. All right, we're fine. Doing fine. Moving on into day 17. The goal is ultimately to get to 25 days. If you can get up to 25 days, you're usually in really good shape. What do we want to pick up here? Let's go for maybe another one down over this direction. Sure. This is a really good spot for maybe a Lancer, actually. Yeah, with that rate of fire upgrade and everything else, I think that could be solid. Let's pick that up. Very good range on that. Rate of fire for everything. Sure. Increase Sentinel's range. Maybe, but I don't know. Rate of fire on this. I'm going to do both, honestly. The extra range on the AoE just means they're shooting further. It could be great. Frostbitten. Increase the duration of frostbite by a second. Sure, do that. I'm going to lock you and hold on to that because I can't afford it without going below my 100. We can get one Vanguard turret, and I'll take one right along here. That's fine, and that leaves me with almost exactly what I need. One more free upgrade. All right, what do we got now? These are going to be the pylons. Has runners. Their speed travels up along a path. So straightaways are a very dangerous thing for me. We need to have lots of little curves. Well, can't really know that. This just kind of is what it is. Let's go ahead and boost up the speed of the higher damage Vanguard turrets. We crushed this group. Didn't even stand a chance. Well, I don't even know what I was worried about. We're completely fine to go. All right, damage continue to ramp up. How are we looking over here? This turret is up to 74. Yeah, it's going a lot. This Vanguard turret at level 2, 234 damage. The level ups are actually very substantial. It greatly increases the amount of damage that can be done. So, if I upgraded this, we'd get almost double the damage we have right now. Plus a little bit more rate of fire, which is solid. Extra economy, sure. Lancer damage. Yeah, this is good, but if I were to upgrade this, I probably would get even more value, really. So let's just go ahead and pick that one up. And then, do I want more turrets or do I want more upgrades? Always nice to have more turrets and upgrades. Can't afford more Lancers. Can't afford a couple of cryos. Let's do this cryo, for example. That's fine. So that one's leveled up now. This one got leveled up for free anyway. Aha! And the game knew I was looking for it. All right, what else do we want to do? We want to go for more augmentation speed on you, since you're right there and you have lots of damage and you can crush these guys. Level 2 turrets are amazing. We love having lots of level 2 turrets. With this particular leader, I think we can get these turrets up to level 4. But, I mean, you can imagine how expensive it is to do that. So that's probably not going to be a thing anytime soon. All right, we're going to get another survey coming up. Where do we want to go? I'm going to try going down in this direction, I think, so we can see if we can line things up nicely for this Lancer again. The answer is yes, we can. I don't care about that anomaly, so that's fine. Let's do an excavation, see if we can get ourselves another artifact. I've had games where I've had loads of artifacts, and then I have games like what just happened there. I mean, it's a 65% chance we find one, and yet somehow we still lose. I know that's how odds work, but it feels like I lose all the time. Anyway, we do that. So that's solid. More cryo. Sure, rate of fire right along there. Do some more damage with you right here. Good. Do I care about anything? I guess I could have done, now that I think about it. Well, I can salvage this and get my money back. Hold on. We could have done a Lancer right here, and this also lines up beautifully with a lot of things that are happening. So we'll do that instead. There we go. That's looking a bit better. Go back to the shop. Anything else we care about here? And no, I'm just going to do a reroll. Vanguard. When the Vanguard kills a demon, its rate of fire increases for 3 seconds. Wow, that's solid. I would love to do that. Yeah, we can't afford it while also still keeping above our 150, but tomorrow I definitely will want to pick that one up. Again, we're going to get ourselves another tower in just a minute, and I'm hoping we can find something that really synergizes with what I've got. I'm looking for a damage over time ability. Damage over time would be awesome. These look like a bunch of little pterodactyls. What do we have? They're imps. Oh, right, it's the teleporting guys again. Yeah, but the teleporting guys weren't a problem before when they were a lot stronger, so am I scared of just having more of them? No, not even a little bit. I think we're fine. All these extra refineries in the back have been getting me so much value. Now we're getting up to almost 1,000 ore per day. That's great. All right, we have heaters. These are damage over time, and we have surge. These are also damage over time. I'm going to take the heaters because we can stack up loads and loads and loads of fire damage. I think that could be good. So we'll pick one up along here, and we'll pick another one up along, let's say, here and here and here. So that's going to be a lot. And then maybe one along, kind of wish we could have placed it here, but it's fine. We'll do this. Yeah, we're stacking up lots and lots of damage over time, and we'll do one over here as well. All right, going back to the store, let's go ahead and pick this one up. When the Vanguard kills demons, its rate of fire increases. We can get a lot of value out of that, and then move on to the next night. I am expecting that the damage over time is going to be amazing, because it's not only fire, it's also neurotoxin, which slows them down, which does more damage. And with their slowed down, then I'm going to be able to nuke them more. It's just great. It's just solid. Who could possibly complain? Who could possibly? Let's augment the speed of some of these guys, like let's say this one right here, so it fires off even faster with all those flames. You can stack up multiple instances of burn, I believe. So it just makes a lot of sense. We want to get as many stacks as possible on these guys. And they are pretty slow, honestly. I think these guys should have been a lot more damaging. Boulders, adaptive planing, gain armor every time they're hit. Ah, that's actually the kind of enemy where having very high rate of fire is dangerous for you. But it worked out. The Lancers managed to pull us out of that one. Another artifact, but first we have to do a survey. Let's do one up over here. Rate of fire, yeah, it's pretty solid. This is also rate of fire. No, that's critical chance. I'm just going to take the rate of fire. This will be fine. We get ourselves the next artifact. What's it going to be? Bloodlusts. We gain damage every time we kill demons, 30 times per tower per night. That is great. That is very, very good. Or more damage over time whenever killing a demon with damage over time. I feel like this is just better, though. And then there's entropy clock. Chance of generating energy. No. As we kill things, just get stronger so you can kill more things. It just makes sense. Fast rate of fire sounds good over there. We'll get some more cryo going over here. We want to excavate right along over here so we can get ourselves another artifact. Please tell me I do. Gosh, dang it! Do you see what I mean? It's just sometimes I'm just... the game don't like me, okay? The game don't like me sometimes. Let's get ourselves even more AoE and then go back to the store, see what else we can get. Let's get the Rancer rate of fire. More damage for everybody. Cryo rate of fire is good. Increased rate of fire for everybody. Lock that in place. Cryo, super cooled shots. Brittle debuff, reduce their armor. Yes, I will want that before the boss. Sentinel attacks send out concussive shockwaves. Yes to all of those. Those are very, very good upgrades across the board. All right, moving on into the next night. We leveled up one of these burners over here. So if you can manage to get all the way around this gauntlet, we got ourselves a big boy burner. The problem is I feel like the burners are mostly good early on in the wave because you want that damage over time to have a chance to stack up. Right before they get to the commander? I don't know. I feel like that's a little less useful. Let's increase the rate of fire on this guy. Stack up faster. Perfect. Lots of burn stacks equal very, very good. All right. What do we get next? Another 985 ore. Okay, going back to the store, let's buy all of these. Boom, boom, boom. I like them all. They're amazing. Increase the maximum stacks of ignited. Sure. Piercing penalty, reduce the... There's a penalty? I didn't even know there was a penalty. Okay, yeah, I'll reduce that a little bit further, and I'm not even going to look at anything else. Let's just move directly into the next wave. Another burner gets upgraded. Now this one gets some value. But like, its damage is not that amazing. It's just the fact that it can get 6 fire damage per second over the course of 5 seconds instead of 3. So it doubles the effectiveness of the burn, basically, which I think is good. And you can still stack that up like 10 times, maybe 15 times now that I have this other upgrade. So it's pretty effective. Very close to finishing up Night 25. What do we want next? Let's go for one over here. I think this will be fine. Crit chance or double damage bonuses. Well, that seems like a no-brainer. Plus, we can get ourselves a couple more anomalies. Please give me something good. Okay, we got something this time. Rate of fire upgrades discounted. Energy. Tower gains damage if its rate of fire is above 1.5. Do we have anything like that? This heater does, but I think that's it. I don't think anything else fires that quickly for me. I guess a regular heater does. Yeah, so heaters only. That's all this would do for me. It sounds great, but it's not really. Let's go for discounted options in the store. You never know. Heaters cauterize demons. They can't regenerate. Sounds good. More damage, more ore. Yes. Leveling towers cost less. No. Lancer rate of fire. Yes, we like that. That was good. Okay, so we got another of these artifacts. Let's do that, and then I'm going to take advantage of these anomaly bonuses to decide what we can get there. Another metronome. Really? Okay. Gain 50 ore when buying all upgrades in the market, or increased chance. Well, sure, I wish I had found that earlier, but 15% more chance of getting an excavation. That's very, very cute of you. I'm going to pick up... What do I want to pick up? Let's go for another sentinel here, and I can do a lancer along here, because this can actually hit lots of cool areas. And I don't have enough to go for the free upgrade, so I might as well commit, and let's get ourselves... How about another cryo tower right along there? That sounds solid. Moving on. We're getting there. This is going to be a very, very good run, I think. We have a lot of little guys coming in, little ashlings, but I mean, like, they're burning away in no time flat. The Lancers and the Burn are just obliterating them. Look at these two Lancers. As they come through, they can't get past these two towers. That's how effective the piercing value is. I'm telling you, man, it's good. It's very, very good. All right, what do we get next? Another stand your ground, which means we get nothing. All right, going back to the store, what do we find? Lancer range, don't need it anymore. Heater rate of fire, yeah, okay, that's fine. Nothing else here of value, so we're going to focus on nothing but upgrades. Let's get an upgrade to this heater, so we can stack up a lot. This one as well. And then, what else do we want to do? An upgrade to this Lancer would be very effective, because this is a long straightaway with a lot of enemies coming down this direction. I think that's all we can afford this time around. All right, another level up over on this Vanguard. Yeah, lots of level 2 turrets are making this very, very easy. We've got some big gems now, Void Shards. They're just going to summon little minions. That's really annoying, but again, 2 Lancers is almost all it takes to keep things under control. Oh, it's sickening, dude. Absolutely sickening. I like what's happening. I like it a lot. All right, one more wave before we have to deal with the boss. What do we get next time? Another survey. Another survey? You think I need more surveys? Are you crazy? That's fine. We'll pick this one up over here. Looks like there's 4 different portal spots now, by the way. Hello. Gonna excavate this. 80% chance. Watch us not get anything. Nah, we got something. Okay. Immediately get a free level up at the end of every night to heal the commander. Sure. Max HP and stuff. I mean, that just kind of makes things easy. All right, so we're set on that front. Let's get another Lancer along over here. Another Cryo, probably right along here. We can get ourselves another Burner right along here. That's probably not as good, actually, now that I think about it. It's really not about damage. It's all about rate of fire. That's all I care about. Okay. We could do another one, or I could just go for upgrades. What do we want? If I go for a level 3 upgrade, this heater will be very expensive, but 10 damage per second up to 15 times. Woof. It's pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty solid. I'm not going to do that, though. Let's just go ahead and pick up an upgrade there. Let's see what else we can get. More Frostbite. Actually, yeah, more Frostbite could be good. Vanguard rate of fire. I can afford some damage. And that's kind of all I can get. I'll take this one, because deploying towers being cheaper is nice. Lancers, these are both solid. Hold on to that, because, again, I want to get one more free upgrade. All right, boss time. Who are we facing off against? It's going to be an Archdemon. Has Overlord, summoning minions, Aegis, so it's periodically immune to damage after being hit, and then armor provides flat damage reduction and energy shields. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. Here goes nothing. Let's see how tough you really are going to be. I mean, you've got shields and all, but can you handle all my damage over time? The answer is no. It doesn't seem like they can. Hang on. Let's do a power surge in a couple of spots. Like this, for example. Just try to do as much damage as we can. So this area is the one that scares me because there's 3 portals over here, only 1 this direction. I'm going to get... What am I going to do? I'm going to get a bunch of upgrades to these right along here since they're all going through this alleyway. You just use my energy. Make this easier. Let's pick up something here. Okay, so as they get through, the Lancer is just obliterating them whenever they get to this point. They've almost reached my commander. Are they going to be able to? Are they going to be able to? It doesn't look like they can. We win. Easy peasy. Oh man, all that extra stacking damage is amazing. This one turret does 352 damage a shot. That's just ridiculous. We do get another artifact. Now you might say, well, why do you get yourself another artifact? Well, that's mainly because you can enter into endless mode once you have finished up with a run at 25 minutes. Sorry, 25 raids. So what do we want to get here? Damage take, increased damage from damage over time, and when their armor is negative, so if you stack up a couple different things, this could be good. Locked upgrades have a chance of being free the next day, and a tower gets Frenzy when it applies an armor-reducing debuff. That is good. I'm going to go for the Vile Leech here. I think that's fine, and then we'll just kind of see what else I can get. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to take all of those. Damage, crit chance, I'll lock that into place for the moment. Let's take the extra 12% damage. What else can I place down that would make some sense? Let's go for an immediate... debuff with the heater there, and a heater here, because again, that slows them down. And then what else do I want? Another Lancer right along here would be fine. And honestly, I don't even know. How about just a couple more of these refineries? Like, screw it. We might as well just get lots and lots of money. All right, let's go ahead and see how this does. We're facing off against more boss waves. Nothing but boss waves from here on out. Obsidians. Flat armor damage reduction. Energy shields, and HP regeneration. But we can shut down your HP regeneration, so that means nothing to me. Ha-ha, you fool! You have fallen for my trap card. I mean, they're big tanky boys. I will give them credit. These are big tanky boys, but it does not even matter. They are going down. And from here, let me just go ahead and jump forward until we get to the last wave. I just want to see how far we can get. Ooh, this is fun. When a demon reaches max stacks of ignited, all stacks are consumed to deal burst damage for equal to 1 second of their total damage times 5. That is very, 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 very strong. So if we have lots and lots of burners, by the time they get to the end here, they should just take huge amounts of damage, like 500 damage. Oh, facing off against some Vipers now. Now these guys are moving real fast, but even then they can barely get past this bend right here. These guys can't get around. This is like, we're doing great here. We're on night 29, and the enemies still can't make it past these 2 checkpoints. Can boost up the damage of Ignited, increase the max stacks of Ignited. This actually works against what I picked up, so we do not want this. Inertia transfer. Demons are pushed back on the path when hit. The Lancer can push demons back. That's so good! Sentinel attacks now also apply vulnerable. Yes! Got fast-moving hounds. Look, they can't even get out of this one spot. Okay, night 39, they're just starting to break through. What's special about these guys? Immunity and teleport. Well, of course, some of them are getting through. Still not enough, though. I think this might actually be a boss wave on night 40. All right, now we're seeing enemies getting somewhere. Hex, so it's shutting my turrets down, and adaptive plating, and HP regeneration. Oh my gosh, my commander instantly got knocked down to 1 HP. Instantly! And now he's dead. Okay. Okay, turns out the enemies get a little bit strong by the time they get to the end, but that's fine. In the end, we can see exactly what type of enemy got us killed in the last round. That was all just now. Okay. I wish it actually showed you, like, which turrets were, like, the top performers, just so I could see a big number and feel a big dopamine hit. But it's fine. That's a look at Repel the Rifts, everybody. Now, in between runs, you can earn something here called tech points, which you spend in the tree to unlock some extra perma-buffs that make it easier for future runs. So, for example, we could say that we want to have, the Vanguard gets extra base damage, sure. Cryo costs less ore to deploy. The Cryo gets a splash radius. And Vanguards now apply corrosive beams and reduce armor. Sure, why not? It's a fun roguelike, and you don't have to commit a ridiculous amount of time to enjoy it. You just sort of jump in, play around, figure out what works together, what synergizes, and just enjoy slaughtering demons. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope that you did enjoy, and once again, a big thank you to Goblins Publishing for sponsoring today's video. If you guys would like to learn more about the game, you can find a link in the description down below. And again, when this game launches into early access as of today, there will be a temporary 20% discount. So of course, now's the best time to pick it up. Otherwise, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.